Yeah, guys. So I managed to read the third volume of Soul Eater while I installed my mother's Windows 10, and it's really interesting because we learned that the kitchen they are what's called masters or soul, what's called or swords that basically breaks the rules and example takes the soul of a person who isn't on the Shinigami's list. That is what happened to the first Kishin. He ate a soul that wasn't on the, shall we say, Shinigami's list, and he thought it's just one. But apparently, one is enough to turn you into a Kishin. Also, I really like that Death and Black Stars they go out to get Excalibur, who, yeah, I'm pretty sure minority of people knows Excalibur, and I was like, that Excalibur? And when I learned that Steins couldn't wield, I was like, is it super heavy? Is it something? And then I found out that it's just because what's it called the sword, what's it called the Excalibur is just a very annoying uh, entity, and no one really, as basically only a hero could keep up with it. And Death and what's it called the Black Star, hey, both realized that they has really good partners. But that is not all. We also learned that Tsubaki, uh, this this weapon of what's it called the Black Star, she has a brother who is on his way to becoming a Kenshin. And I wondered how. And it turns out that the reason why he is about to become a Kenshin is that he basically, instead of like working together with the person that wields him, he basically takes over that person and slowly eats its soul, and then goes out searching for another person. And the reason why he did this is because, unlike Tsubaki, he cannot take any other form than the uncanny sword. So he wanna, like obtain enough power so he can get the sword, or he can change form to like, yeah, like Tsubaki. But in the end, he is defeated by Tsubaki, who, yeah, we get to see her like, as a basically Tsubaki is always like smiling and being nice, but we get to see her like angry and pissed because she is like always, she would say, sacrificing herself for others. But this time she decides it's enough that she wanted, it's enough that she has to sacrifice. Now others need to sacrifice for her. That's how she managed to defeat her brother and take his form, basically. However, Blackstar can't wield it because he's too weak. Also, it's interesting to learn that Blackstar is actually a member of a clan that was called the Star Clan, who did everything for money. But he's the last surviving. The other one has been wiped out. Yeah, so that's what we actually learned. Also, that Blackstar cares deeply about Tsubaki because the villager, they basically beat him because he is a Blackstar, and we don't just talk with fists. We're talking like tree branches, and you know, yeah, basically, or what is would be a bat, and he's basically like, he doesn't care until one of the villagers is trying to hit Tsubaki. Then he takes the stick and basically breaks it on the villager, and then the other villager says, "How evil!" Even though they had beaten him even worse. We also learned that yeah, that is actually very interesting. What it called Tsubaki, and yeah, that gotta be the thumbnail. Yeah, that's really interesting. Also, we learned that Soul, he is a bit afraid because the black blood of Corona is inside of him, and he gets like told to break the rules, else he would be sent out in a dark room where there's only one light, and when he goes towards it, he comes out of Maki, which is a nightmare for him. But in the end, Soul and Maki, they comes together because what actually happened? How did she actually learn that? That's a very good question. I can actually not remember why they come together. I think she just learned that Soul cares about her and wanted to protect her, and she cares about him. I think that's it. Also, yeah, we get to see what's called a witch summit, where Medusa attends. It's really interesting because I thought that all witches was like friends, but apparently they ain't friends, all of them, because there is like the frog and the rat witch. They don't like Medusa, and it's not only because he brought Corona to him to the summit. It's because he, like have infiltrated the DM. I was about to see him say the DMV, but then again, that would be impressive. But basically, the dead. I cannot recall the exact DWMA. And they are afraid that she will, reveal them to her. Basically, that's what they are afraid of. Also, we get to see how what's called Darkstar trains because he wanted to be able to wield the uncanny sword. The way he wields it is basically by sticking his hand into a jar with some special enchanted water that basically draws out the soul link of him. So it's really hard, but he tries to defeat it fast because he wanted, as he says, I want to surpass the gods, and this of course is the persona he has built up basically to make himself stronger. Because if he ever is to doubt, I think that would be his fall. So I think that's how it is. And finally, Medusa. I actually thought at the end, how is she gonna defeat the rat and the frog witch? And the way she does is by using some snake she inserted into the girl's already, as basically when the rat and the frog witch, when they annoy her, she can control it without using her magic, so she isn't being revealed to be a witch. I actually wonder what she's trying to do, because she kills the rat, but she doesn't kill the frog, because she wants to release the guy with the demon eyes. And that's where it ends. So we learn a lot. We learned that Tsubaki has a brother, and that she sacrifices basically herself for others. That Blackstar, he is he is the last surviving member of the Blackstar clan, and he tries to train to become strong, or he's basically build up his persona or ego, so he can become strong. Because if he ever is to doubt, he may fall. And Death and him, they realize they have good partners, because they could get like Excalibur, but only a hero would want that. Medusa, yeah, what is her plan with that guy who took like what I think is the strongest witch alive, left eye? I really wonder what that is. So I will have to get the 4th volume to find out. But also, what is the deal? What is the deal? Yeah. Also, yeah, it's actually a very nice volume, and I like this Soul Eater, but it's a bit hard to explain because there's so much to cover. Yeah, that's basically a short summary of it. So I'll be seeing you next time with, yeah, that most likely be an anime review because it'll go a long time before I get this, and yeah, I'll have to read some anime manga soon because else I just get more and more manga and then it ends up stacking up, and I don't like that. But you guys have a good day, good night, wherever you are, and see you guys.